Hi, glad to see you back, Port Geeks. Today we are going to take a step back from the logistics of port production and instead consider the environmental and social impact those processes have. Wine producers are now more alert than ever to the consequences of their actions, and so they're increasingly looking to minimize their impact on the environmental and those living in and around the Douro. There are currently around 20,000 grape farmers in the Douro, and the majority are certified under integrated production management, a strict minimum intervention protocol that aims to preserve the area as much as possible. These farmers constitute around 10% of the Douro's entire population, and so it's no surprise that the primary economic area in the region is viticulture for port and wine production. Some Douro farmers have branched out into organic farming to minimize their impact on the environment. However, given the region's challenging terrain and farming costs, maintaining an organic vineyard constitutes a big challenge, both practically and financially. Climate change is a huge concern for producers in the Douro, and their harvests are already being adversely affected. Between 1967 and 2010, the average annual temperature in the Douro increased by 1.3 degrees Celsius. And although this might not seem like much, growing cycles are already showing signs of disruption, with shorter cycles and earlier harvests. Studies looking at what can be done to minimize our environmental impact in the Douro and how to best account for environmental changes with regards to viticultural practices are ongoing. However, it is widely accepted that a more comprehensive understanding of our grapes and their unique growing cycles is fundamental to learn how best to adapt to minimize disruption. Another idea is to take advantage of the fact that the Douro is the largest mountain vineyard in the world by moving our vines higher up. However, the prospect of moving parcels up the mountain in order to find lower temperatures is hardly a viable long-term solution, and it would incur in huge environmental costs itself. Sustainability isn't just about the environment though, and many producers engage and support their local communities by donating money, materials, their time and labor to support local projects and stimulate local economy. Symington Family Estates, for example, was the first Portuguese wine producer to be certified as a B Corporation. The B Corporation certification is a seal of approval that verifies that a business is not just dedicated to having a positive and meaningful social and environmental impact, but is proactively doing something about it. B Corp businesses meet the highest standards of environmental and social awareness and policy, public transparency and legal accountability to balance profit and purpose. In fact, they are legally required to consider the impact of their decisions on their workers, customers, suppliers, community and the environment. As individuals and businesses, it is our responsibility to not just react to changes that are happening around us, but to be proactive in asking questions, pushing boundaries, and making positive change ourselves and now. As always, stay tuned at School of Port, brought to you by the Port Med people at Symington Family Estates.